Good morning. I hope everyone is having a fantastic morning, day, night, evening, what have you. I'm in a little bit different area now at the local college. And all right, have a good one. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so where I'm at now is a very peaceful and contemplative place, I guess, or a good place for contemplation. And just let me give you a little view. This is the local, on the campus of the local college. And we see a nice fountain, peaceful. Really a beautiful campus, well maintained, sort of a panoramic view. Okay, so I hadn't posted a video lately, but I awoke this morning with some thoughts that I wanted to expand upon in the video, and I probably won't catch the flack face to face, real time, but I'm sure there'll be people that will watch this and not agree, and I don't expect really anybody to agree with it, but I'm going to put these thoughts out there. There are a lot of people that are enthusiastic about the cryptocurrencies. And while I do think that cryptocurrencies are probably and will be a better alternative to the current monetary system that we use, I think there's a major flaw in this train of thought, and that is we are still, any kind of monetary system is basically putting a value on a human being. Human beings are invaluable. And now how we get beyond this, I'm really not sure. I've been thinking about it a long time. But basically, and I'm not, let me get this straight from the beginning, I'm not one of these people, I guess, you know, we put labels on everything. Liberalism, socialism, capitalism, all these isms. And people use this in some ways, more often than not, to benefit an agenda. And I'm saying use these labels, these words, when that's all they are is meanings have been developed behind them, for them, because of them. And so anyway, so back to cryptocurrencies. I believe and feel very strongly that any monetary system, as in the system that I have grown up with in my lifetime, you know, it creates competition, which, hey, it challenges, not necessarily competition with another person, but challenges that a person comes upon, or situations, challenging situations, are normally, I would say, the majority of this competitiveness, when you get down to the basics of it, of course, it's something to do with a monetary system. Now, Rex Bear said something that in one of his videos recently about, money with the sigils that are on the dollar bill and what have you. They generate energy. It's one of the probably most profound and in the context of, in my opinion, a deceiving principle or concept, is that with that competitiveness, and for as long as it's been in our society, all the way back, even further back than the Egyptians, wealth has been defined as an influence, if you really get into it, as an influence or a boundary, okay? And unless you can advance yourself beyond the need to struggle to acquire more of that influence and authority, let's say, then everybody has this struggle, and it's more so than a challenge. Good morning. And so, with the current system, no matter which ism you apply to it, or which ism it may be, it's a competition, and to achieve more, it's a competition to achieve more of what the foundational principles and concept is. And with that, we are competing against each other human beings, whether it be somebody in our immediate family or somebody on the other side of the world that we think that we're not even related to. But it's taking resources away from those people that aren't doing as well, that may be more challenged in some ways or another, and it's taking the roof off of the shelter of a lot of these people, so that we can provide shelter for ourselves and our immediate families or what have you, or things that we care for. In the meantime, there is compassion that is being stripped away in that competitiveness. Now, I think that we all need challenges so that we can strive to overcome them, and in the process advance our positions or our environment, for that matter. Hopefully, preferably, it would be the environment and not just ourselves, our societies and our cultures. That's what we want to advance. But with the underlying principles of this competitiveness, it's gotten out of control. And it's been out of control even since the inception of the ideas of this exchange for something desired, exchanged for something that is desirable. Now, if we look into the definitions of the word desire, we might get a clue. Some of us might get a clue to that. But as I was saying, the cryptocurrencies, the idea, the concept behind that, compared to the current monetary system, hey, it's probably a lot better. And I do support the concept of it. However, when all is said and done, it's still the principle of competition. And I give the example of all these people, these whales, they call them, that are hoarding cryptos and all, even though it's a good idea. But a lot of these people, if you listen to them and listen to their commentaries, now I'm not saying all of them, I'm just saying they're probably more than not, that they're looking to become rich and wealthy beyond their, be more comfortable than what they are. Well, that's the same thing that the monetary system has been and is right now. And we're really not anywhere closer to, I guess I'll call it consciously or spiritually, than we were thousands of years ago, than anybody was. So, now, again, I have ideas, but I don't have any idea that I want to put forth right at this juncture in time. But we have to come up with a better idea than this idea of exchange of something desirable for something that is desired. It's still going to be that competition. And I think this is, and until we get beyond that and some type of understanding, some type of comprehension, it's going to continue to result in the same situation that we've seen manifest itself in the world, on the globe, as it is now. It's kicking the can down the road. We have to develop a higher awareness, a more expanded consciousness. And I think this is why money, how it came to be about, because it's the easy way out. If I can compensate somebody with something that they desire, then I can get what I had desired. But in that process, usually that consists of someone else being deprived of something, while the other party, is gaining something. Which, okay, that's not too bad in and of itself, but then you throw in corruption, which is inevitable, into that scenario, and that person that is receiving or achieving their desired whatever it is, and the other person, as I guess it's human, I don't say it's human nature, but the way that we've been programmed, the parties involved are going to start trying to develop ways where they can overcome much of the challenge. In other words, scheming, being deceitful. And I'm not saying that everybody involved in these systems are that way. I'm just saying that it leads to the majority of the people that are involved in this type of mechanism or system. It's how it results, and the corruption eventually becomes the more influencing factor of the situation. Our education system, I feel, is inadequate, and everything that results from that, I feel, is basically inadequate. Do I have any ideas, suggestions, solutions? Yes, I do, but I care not to go into them right now, because right now I'm just trying to bring a focus, bring attention to how this situation will result, whether it be a cryptocurrency, whether it be a fiat currency, whether it be a gold-based monetary system, or what have you. Now, if you go and look at Doug Vogt in his Die Hold Foundation, his latest video about Joseph, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. And if you watch and listen to that video, you may get an inkling as to, even thousands of years ago, the same situation as what we face today has never been addressed. And I feel that it's time that we refuse to put the significance that has been put into the monetary system. I insist that we refuse, and I challenge people to refuse that system. Develop another way. And rather than being competitive, what's going to see us through, what's going to get us through this, is cooperation. Now, if we were on a shipwrecked island, if we were in a plane accident or whatever, or if there was some cataclysmic event, do you think that cryptocurrencies or fiat money or pieces of gold are going to, in effect, make sure that we survive? No. It's going to take cooperation with other beings, with other people, with other human beings. We need to realize that as human beings, we are invaluable. There can be no value placed on a human being. But yet, the monetary systems that we use, the way they are currently are, we are indeed putting a value on humanity. We are putting a value on our planet. We are putting in a value on our environment. And all these things are invaluable. So with that being said, I can remember, and I couldn't remember the name of it, but somebody pointed it out to me a week or so ago. There was a fairy tale that I remember, or a story, and I hadn't heard anything about it lately since 4th grade. And I didn't remember, but this person pointed it out, that this story is one of Grimm's fairy tales called Stone Soup. So I think it would behoove people to review that fairy tale of Stone Soup. And hopefully we can initiate, or some of us continue to strive of transforming the dross into gold. I would hope. So that's my unrehearsed, as usual, rambling commentary dissertation for today, Friday, the 26th of July. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that at least some of you will give will contemplate a little, for a little while, make a little time to create a little time for contemplation on this subject. Come up with your own ideas. Put them out there. Whatever is going to happen to reach a more balanced environment or situation, it's going to have to entail the participation of everyone that's involved in the situation, in the environment. And that's each of us individually. So I ask that you please give this some thought. I know some people will think that, oh yeah, this daydreaming, whatever. I've given this a lot of thought. I'm sure other people have as well, and have come to different conclusions. But if we don't put our thoughts out here, if we don't use some of our thought time, our consciousness constructively, or at least try to, then there's less chance of more beneficial and benevolent changes being made to our environment in a way that we will all benefit from. If you go back to some of my earlier videos about the upliftment of humanity, not the upliftment of each individual, but each individual involved in working towards the upliftment of the whole of humanity, of the whole of this planet, of the whole of our environment. Thank you for watching and listening, and may you all have a blessed day, and may we all be blessed in a way that the Creator, the universe, supreme, whatever, intended us, and to do away with all of this corruption that we are experiencing. And I know it's being worked on, I realize that, but there can always be more assistance and more help provided to those that are working on this and trying to make a more beneficial and benevolent environment for all of us. Thank you. I'll see you later.